Good morning, guys. It's Jennifer Ho. It's Wednesday morning, which means it's Real Estate Chat with me. Hope you guys are all doing well. So thank you for all the messages you guys sent after the interview we had last week with Jamie. Hi, thank you for joining. So thank you for the messages you sent me after the interview we had with Jamie Tyndall, the lender that we interviewed last week. I am so happy you got a lot of information from it. And interestingly enough, from that interview, basically, I had a couple of follow-up questions. And the thing is, what's interesting is that I've been taking a lot of clients lately, and there seems to be... Hi, thank you for joining. So what's interesting is, like, the biggest question I've had lately is that buyers don't know what they want. So let's start from the beginning. When you're buying a home, you have to make a lot of decisions based, I'm located in Connecticut. Thank you for asking. So when you're buying a home, you're going to make a lot of choices. But interestingly enough, like for example, you need to know what location you want to go to. You want to know the time frame, like when do you want to close? When do you want to purchase a home? Sometimes this decision doesn't take like overnight. Sometimes it's a good thing to basically plan ahead, especially if you're getting a mortgage. You want to start saving for your deposit and the payments, the down payment and all that. And the thing is that, so those decisions are, believe it or not, are easier to figure out. And then the next one, so you have to figure out the location, the time frame, and then your budget. Believe it or not, what I find with my home buyers, the hardest thing for them to decide is what kind of house to purchase. It's not really more on the design, whether someone wants a contemporary, a colonial, a split, a townhouse, a single family home. The biggest debate most most home buyers have, is pretty much whether to purchase a new construction, a fixer-upper, or something that's move-in ready. And I thought, like, okay, this came up again when I started taking a couple of clients over the weekend, where the husband wanted to buy something that's a fixer-upper because he just wants to do, he's a do-it-yourself kind of person. But the wife, on the other hand, wanted to purchase something that's already done, move-in ready. And then I have other clients who will only purchase new construction. So I thought, you know what, why not talk about the different kinds of home that, let's talk about it, because these are, this could basically answer some of the questions you have. So depending on where you live, you may have to choose between a new construction home or something that's already been built. So let's differentiate a couple of things. Let's go in depth on what these things are. With the new constructions, why some people like new construction is because they are able to personalize it to what they want. If you notice, some home buyers, when they purchase a home, most of the time they're gonna update the kitchen to however they want it anyway. Because sometimes what happens, especially when there is very low inventory, home buyers basically almost just tend to okay, you know what? I don't really like this kitchen, but it's not that bad, it's livable, or it's not my style. So they end up renovating it anyway. So which is why some home buyers would prefer to get something like a new construction, because that way, the way it's built is all basically is to their taste. So now the question is that, okay, so if I'm going to do a new construction, why would I choose a fixer-upper if I could do it that way? I could get whatever I want. Well, the thing is that buying a new construction, there is actually some risk or problems that you may have. Although even if everything is custom made for you, sometimes picking those upgrades would mean an extra cost for you. For example, as far as the builder is concerned, they just want to put a marble countertop, but you would like to do, if you, sorry, I got distracted. If you're basically, if most builders, when they're doing new construction, they have very specific plans on what stone to use and all that. So if you want, let's say, for example, to upgrade from just simple countertop to upgrade it to a granite, those things will be costing you more. So the difference, or the thing about buying a new construction, yes, it is going to be tailor-made for you, but the only thing is that you have to be able to budget in the actual increase in cost, because granite counter is more expensive than normal tile. So you need to factor all those in. And another thing about new construction is you need to be able to realize that there will be construction delays. For example, this year we've been having, it's been such a rainy summer that even on weekends we've had all these downpours, and sometimes it actually, things like that, weather conditions do delay the construction of a home. So if you're thinking of buying a new construction, you should be able to factor that in, that there will be delays, which means it could push your closing date back. And, you know, normally that would not be a problem. But if you have a time frame in selling your home, selling your, you know, the time you're going to sell your home will also be pushed back. So those are the things you need to figure out, that, or those are the factors you need to, things that you need to factor in if you're thinking of purchasing a new construction. Another thing is, though, if you're my client and you are thinking of purchasing a home, the risk also in purchasing, hey, Roseanne Benedict, one of my favorite agents here in Greenwich also. And another thing with purchasing a new construction is that you, especially if you're buying something that's really not even halfway through, or you know, they haven't even put in the finishes and everything, one of the things that you need to do is, one, you really need to have a good agent, and you really need to have a very good attorney, because you wanted to make sure that what was promised to you by the builder, you need to make sure that is actually what is going to be delivered to you when you purchase the home once it's finished. Most builders, Roseanne actually would know this because she does deal with a lot of builders, is that most builders, when they build a new home and they sell it, a lot of builders do offer builder's warranty, maybe for a year or 2 years. So for any reason, any problem comes up with the new construction that you purchase, they will, hi Jamie Tyndall, my favorite lender that just came in with us last week. So anyway, so the thing is that you have, the most builders, really good builders, would actually offer construction warranty, building warranty, like for anything that happens. Hi Glenn, hola, thank you Jamie. So actually Jamie may be able to answer my questions, Jamie, because you'll know once I ask, he could basically type the answer. So basically, when in buying a new construction, yes, it will cost more, but it will be according to how you want the house to be, the layout, the finishes. But hi Glenn, and the thing is that, you just have to make sure it is done the way it's promised to you. That's why you need to have a good attorney to make sure to write everything down in the contract. And then a good builder would give you a warranty just in case anything comes up in the next 2 years. They will fix them for you. So then, if we're not going to purchase a new construction, the second type of home you will purchase is either a fixer-upper, which a lot of the clients that I have lately, actually, it's kind of like 50-50. Either get a fixer-upper or something that's moved-in ready. So the things with move-in ready, one, if it's already been updated, means it would cost, they will be asking more as a selling price. And two, you just have to basically fall in love with what they have done in the house. Well, I am going to, I want to talk more about the third one, actually, and we'll go back to the move-in ready. A lot of home buyers right now is thinking of buying a fixer-upper, sometimes not really by choice. It's really more on, because of the high interest rate, it's pretty much what a lot of people can afford right now. In as much as they want to move in ready, what they have budgeted to purchase a home, the thing that they could be able to purchase now are homes that needs renovation. Now, Jamie, if you're still here, if you're still on, if you're still watching, I was told a lot of lenders actually, it may have changed because a lot of things have changed with the lending. If a buyer, Jamie, is basically thinking of buying a home, I know some lenders actually do offer construction loan or bridge loans or something like that. Jamie, you could comment if you want, if those are still something that they can do. So the thing is, it's with buying a fixer-upper. Purchasing a fixer-upper is actually a good idea if you have the time and the money to do so, because purchasing a fixer-upper is actually a good investment if you're willing to put in the time, the effort to renovate it. Why is that? Because what happens is when you purchase a fixer-upper and then you actually start renovating it, you're actually increasing the value of your home. So for me, that's actually a really good idea, only if you have the time. Because another thing though, I have to make it clear. If you're purchasing a home that needs work, a lot of people think that they have to do everything immediately. Actually, you don't need to do that. What you could do is, for example, and this is what I've done with some of my buyers, is like they looked at a house, you could live in it, it does need updates, but what I know that my homeowners or my buyers have done is they basically figure out a plan. Okay, right now, what's the most important thing for us? Well, you know what? Kitchen is the most important thing. So instead of renovating the whole house, they would, hi, Catherine. So anyway, so what they do is they figure out, okay, phase one of the project on the house that we're buying, why don't we start with the kitchen? Because it's the one that they spend most of the time with. So that's what they do. So they would, let's say, factor in, okay, let's change the countertops, the cabinets, the appliances, and put aside the money for that kitchen because that's the most important thing. Now, when it comes to the bathroom, what they do is, you know what? I don't like the color of the tile. It is working. So why don't we do that next year or 2 years from now? So that's the thing. What people do right now is they're being very smart about how they go about fixing their home. So we've talked about the new construction. So when it comes to the fix-upper, you just have to find a place that you know you're able to tackle the construction. There's a difference between a fixer-upper or something that would need a major renovation because the house is just like, it's not even really conducive for you to live in, especially if you have children. Now, that's a totally different story. That's more of like a major renovation other than the fixer-upper. But if you're purchasing a home that would just, need some updates, there's really a big difference in price and time. So there are certain I also had someone ask me, it's like, well, if I have to, do a renovation in the house, can I move in and do that? Actually, it all depends on what you're doing on the house. If you're only fixing the tiles or just changing the plumbing, like the tub or the showers and all those things, then you really don't need to leave the house because it's just in the bathroom. But if you're doing major renovation, it's highly advisable you won't be in that house because you don't know if the house has been there since the 60s. You don't know whether there's lead and all that. So it's better not to be living in a house if you're doing a major renovation. So that said, just to sum up, if you're thinking of purchasing a house, a lot of home buyers have basically figured out the location they want to go to, the budget they want to spend, and the time frame when they want to purchase a house. But it seems to be what kind of house to purchase is where a lot of debate happens in someone's home. So your choices are, just to recap, is you could either buy a new constructions where everything will be done to what you want, the finishes and everything, But the thing is that by doing that, there would be added costs, especially if you're doing an upgrade on what the builder has planned in, let's say for the tile and the appliances, which basically means your cost will go up depending on what you're going to replace it with. And another thing is buying a new construction is you have to expect delays depending on the weather. People who were buying a new construction in COVID, when COVID happened, everything was put on hold. So I don't think we're going to have something like COVID for a while again, not where we're going to be shut down for a while. But you do have to factor in weather conditions, whether you have typhoon, hurricane, winter storm, whatever it is, you need to factor that in when you're purchasing a home. So if you're renting and you're thinking of buying, you want something that's a new construction, then you might start looking maybe 6 months before your lease ends and start looking for a new construction home. And, it all depends on what you really want. And another thing is like if you're thinking of purchasing a fixer-upper, it all depends on whether something is like a full-on renovation or just updating like the tile, the appliances, the cabinets. Those are minor fixer-upper. So you have to figure out which one you like. And then lastly, if you decide to purchase a home that's a move-in ready, that's actually what I found during COVID. Most of the home buyers would only prefer move-in ready because having to update anything would take 6 months, like lumber at that time. I was told like it would take 6 months to even get kitchen cabinets. So you need to factor all that in. So if you are thinking of buying and you're not really sure, you're kind of lost where you want to go or what you want to do, definitely give me a call. I've been in business for 20 years. I am a relocation specialist. I have basically represented a lot of different home buyers. And so please, if you have any questions, definitely write it down on the comment or send me a message. And I really appreciate all your support, your heart, your sharing, your comments, your messages. I really appreciate it. And I am so happy that my blog, my weekly blog, has helped a lot of people. Believe it or not, my 100th episode is going to be in a couple weeks, and I have a very special guest. So to all of you, all my regular viewers, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any other questions, or if you want to, if you want to share anything, feel free to do so. I'm happy to read them. Anyway, take care, guys, and I will see you next week. If you have any, for those of you, if you guys live in Greenwich or in Connecticut, Halloween is around the corner. Glenn, I love Glenn. She's with, he works with Sophia's, the costume and gift place in Costco. Definitely visit them because they are one amazing store, and I just did a live video there yesterday. Anyway, take care, guys, and I will see you next week. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye.